Hello, my name is Corey Law. I am the new Habilitation Supervisor at A Brighter Avenue. I am here to assist you with your habilitation cases. I am currently in my graduate program at ASU for my Master's in ABA/BCBA. I have a 6-year-old autistic son myself, and I have worked with SARC for the last 4 years doing early interventions and learning ABA. My goal is to have all of our habilitators run effective habilitation programs based off of ABA standards. The new system is more paperwork, but to run truly effective interventions, we need to collect data on the progress of our goals. Our new datasheet system. This system is being changed out on an individual basis as each client's case is reviewed. Access to the new datasheets are available on the website as well as emailed to each habilitation provider individually. Your new goals have been individually created after receiving information and assessments about your clients. This might also be from parent interviews. Each goal is created to help with communication, play, self-care, school, employment, and social relationships. The goals are easily updated and continually checked for progress. You are encouraged to share your data with parents and other team members. They are created following ABA guidelines, which means your new goals are analytic, measurable, and criteria-based. Please view this presentation more than once so that you can get a better understanding of our new system. If you haven't already, please print out the data sheets and review them before you continue on with this presentation. Daily Session Notes. This is a journal for you, other providers, and parents to write notes about your sessions and interventions. This is just to help you recall things about your sessions or just general information. Goals. Our plan is to have clearly stated goals laid out for the client and that is easily measured by you. Here, the goal for our client, Ethan, says that Ethan will respond to his name by acknowledging with turned head and direct eye contact and/or by responding yes, what, hey, or huh, 80% of opportunities presented over 2 test trials. The goal should be clearly stated so you know exactly what you are working for. Each goal is considered mastered when the client can do it 80% of the time over 2 test trials. Please look at the line that says SD. This area will have information on how you will work to complete the goal. Essentially, it will state what you should say or do. For Ethan, you are going to say his name. The next line is R for response. It clearly states what the client has to do in order to reach his goal. Here it states exactly how Ethan needs to respond to his name, by having his head turned, direct eye contact, and/or by responding by saying yes, what, hey, or huh. The last line is strategies. This is where some ideas for prompts or games are provided to you. This helps to give you some ideas on how you can further carry on this test trial to reach your goal. Datasheet. This is where all of your data collection will happen. Now this can seem confusing at first, but please run through this presentation a few times to get a better understanding. You will need one of these sheets for every goal. Let's go ahead and take a look at our sheet here. At the bottom, let's look at the keys. On the left-hand side, you will see the C is for correct, the I is for incorrect, the P is for prompt, and the NR is for no response. On the right-hand side, you will see the key that collects all of the data. This is made for you so you can easily graph all the data you collect on this sheet. Now, at the top of the page in the first box, you are going to see that we have listed out the goal. First, the goal for this kiddo is to be responding to his name. The SD is the same as your goal sheet. It's going to be for you to say his name. The R is for response. This is where we're going to have Ethan respond to his name. Now it's going to say clinician's initials, which are CEL. This is helpful, especially if there's more than one provider working with this child. And then the date. Now let's look at the data we've collected. Here, in the top box, Ethan has responded correctly to his name 3 times. So I'm going to put 3 out of 10 opportunities he responded to his name, which is 30%. In the notes, I'm going to put that during the prompt, I used a physical prompt. I actually turned his head. But when he got it correct, I used lots of praise. In the notes, you can also put things like you used bubbles to reinforce when Ethan responded to his name. Sometimes you won't always be able to access your datasheet, and you're going to have to keep some of the data in your mind until you're able to reach your sheet. Graphing. This is a simple line graph sheet. You're going to need to print one graph sheet for each goal. The date and the goal should always be included, and the dots are placed above the dates and the lines are used to connect the dots. This graphing sheet may be requested periodically for us to be able to check your progress on your goals or help to assist you with changing the terms of your goals. Remember our first test trial with Ethan? He got 30% correct for responding to his name. I'm going to put the date on the line and then a dot on the 30% of that line. On the next trial, he got 50% right. Here I mark that date and place the dot at 50%, and then connect the two dots by making a line graph. This visual helps everyone to see how this goal is progressing. Once you start graphing your data, I promise you will love seeing how the interventions are working. The ABC chart. This chart can be used by anyone. Often, parents are great at using this chart to help problem-solve behaviors that occur in everyday life. It is important for us as providers to see why a child is having behavioral issues and help us to see what we can do differently to change it. You will want to put one of these sheets in each child's folder. You might use it, you might not. Either way, it's there as a tool. In the ABC chart, you're going to write the date and time. The A, which is the antecedent, that was what happens right before the behavior occurs, such as you placed a demand on the child. B is behavior, exactly the exact behavior of what the child did, such as hitting. C, consequence, what the consequence was of that behavior. And the frequency and the duration, how often it occurred or how long it lasted. Sometimes when we collect this data, it is very clear to us why behaviors are occurring, either because of the antecedent or the consequence, or sometimes because the behavior has been reinforced. Video release form. The best way for us to see your interventions and for us to give you tips on how to improve your interventions is to send us a video clip. This helps you to see your own work and help give us an idea on how we can help you. Please have every family sign this form and email it back to us so we can put it in our file. Here is your habilitation data record. You currently already use this sheet and you are going to continue to turn this sheet in every month. Do you want to know more about ABA? Well, holding items, there is more support. Please contact me by email, or I have